Alright, so this video will be a little different. Won't be cooking anything. Got the smoker covered up here. But I did buy something recently. We're going to check this out. Got a 22-inch Discada. It's brand new. I believe it's 5/8 inch steel. I need to season this thing up. I'm not going to cook with it. This video, that'll be in a coming video. Been 2 weeks since I posted anything. I posted 2 videos 2 weeks ago, the cheese and the beef jerky, but been kind of busy, preoccupied with a few other things going on, but thought I would season this. See here, it's 22 inch. I figured it'd fit the Weber Kettle just right, which it does. So I just got me a little bed of charcoal under there. This thing fits right down in there. And got a little gap there too, so we can get some airflow. So should work out pretty good. I'm gonna light this thing up, get it good and hot, put a little bit of oil in there, rub it around, and kind of let it cook on there. And if you've never heard of a Discada, these traditionally used Mexico, South Texas, things like that. Traditionally make them out of old plow disc. This one is it's called Fiesta brands. I got it off Amazon. But yeah, I cleaned it up in there real good. Brought it out here to get it going, stick it on here. A few little sticks, so I'm not cooking on this. Something to get some flame. A lot of people use these on something like a propane burner, similar to I guess like a turkey fryer. Open fire, fire pit, things like that. But this one's 22 inches. They come in different sizes. I thought this one would work good on a 22 inch Weber Kettle. And like I showed you just a second ago, it fits perfect. Just enough where you have a little gap right here so you can get some airflow in there. See, this thing fits right down on there. I've got it cocked just slightly. Get some of that smoke, keep it out of my face around the edges. But you can see there's a little lip here. Should be ample oxygen to keep the fire going. But what you do with these, you put a little bit of bacon or something in the center of it to establish some oil. You can put your meat and stuff in there, and you primarily cook right here. And as you cook, you can break your stuff up on the sides and put your next thing, like some pork or steak, whatever you want, and you just keep pulling it up onto the side, and it keeps it warm without cooking it further. Put your vegetables and all in there. And a lot of times they would take like corn tortillas toward the end and lay them around the sides here to get those warm. Mostly for family gatherings, events, from what I understand. I'd never heard of one. I was watching Arnie Tex on here, and Al Fragoni. Al Fragoni's from Argentina. Check him out. He actually just had a 6-foot Discada made. Pretty crazy. Cooks like 100 pounds of food in it at a time. I won't be doing anything like that, but it's just something I wanted to try. But I'll see how this goes. I wasn't sure how it will sit down in there. Because I've got a little lip around it, and it seems to be doing okay. But something else I considered was go to like Home Depot and get some thick S-hooks, maybe 3 or 4, and put them like here to elevate it off there a little bit. But you can see we got a good 1/4 to 1/2 inch gap around the sides of it there. I need to clean this kettle up. Maybe these little side tables go with it. Never use the things. But anyway, hang my stuff on there. Should be getting hot. Put some oil in there in a few minutes. Get this thing good and hot first. Kind of a cool day out here too, so probably using this a little bit as well. Coloration there. This thing feels like it's getting pretty hot now. You just use something like canola oil. I only have a little bit left. Relatively high smoke point. I watched a couple of videos on this, and it won't take a lot. About like that, I guess. I'll let that sit there and get hot, and use paper towels and tongs and just kind of rub it around on there. And I'll get the back side of it and let that oil kind of bake and carbonize on there. And the more you use it, the better the seasoning will become. Just take this thing here and kind of get in there and just rub it around. Pretty hot to the touch. I checked at the back of my hand. Now this thing is very similar to a wok. They also call them cowboy cookers. See a nice reflection in it. But yeah, I've seen people do mostly Mexican type cooking in this. That's probably what I'll mostly do, but I could also see it working. Something, so you want to fry some fish or something in it, or a little chicken, don't want to stink up the kitchen. Be good for that too, I think. It's like a freaking mirror. See all my trees out here. This the convex, 4 inches deep. Like I said, very similar to a wok. Had this thing a couple days. Chose to do it today because it's in the low 50s out here. Now the middle of this right in here is going to be your hottest. You can see it's starting to discolor a little bit. I'll use this torch to get these edges here. Wiped it out again. Get a good little color there in the middle. Still a little shiny around the edges, but it's got some darkness on there. I wiped it pretty good. I'm just gonna let it sit here and bake on for just a little bit here. Alright, so this thing's been out here cooking for a little while, about 40 minutes. Had my son come out here a minute ago and hold it up. I put some oil on the back of it. I'll give it about another 15-20 minutes to kind of bake that on. Then I'll take it off the heat and set it somewhere where it can cool down, and that'll be that. And I'm not sure when I'll do a video cooking on this thing, but hopefully not too long. Said been a little busy lately, but I got some other stuff coming up. We'll do another batch of beef jerky, and need to do probably 2 more briskets sometime February or maybe March. I'll do those on here, and one of those will just be I'll use as a brisket trim video, because I see a lot of comments online, people asking about how to trim a brisket and how much fat to leave and all that good stuff. I'm gonna wrap this one up. It was a short video. Alright, so I got it done. Pulled it off. That was the bottom. Held it up, wiped some oil on the bottom, and got it, let it bake on there for about 40 minutes. So yeah, this thing's ready to go. Let it cool off, and I'll find a spot in the house to put it, and hopefully do a cook on it in the near future.